stripped the ply from the bottom of the van, so it's bare metal, just to check obviously for any rust. There isn't any, a few tiny little screw holes, but Leyland Trade Specialist Coatings Direct to Metal Paint. So all I need is a tiny toothbrush size brush and just dab in any little bits to stop any kind of issue. So there's that. Further on in the build, when I'm using wood and building everything, countersink drill bits. I've heard a lot of people mention that that is quite important, obviously, so the drill bits, so the screw heads aren't sticking out of anywhere, such as on the flooring when you're laying down LVT or carpet or anything. You don't want anything to rip, basically. Insulation rolls. So this is from Amazon, multi-purpose foil insulation roll. This is 0.6 meters wide by 25 meters in length. 2 of them, according to AI, will be needed for everything in here, which probably looks about right. So that's the other one. Next up we have glue. Trim fix adhesive, high temperature resistant up to 110 Celsius. Vehicle interior trim, headlights, carpets, fabrics, leathers and seats. Again, probably overkill the amount that I bought, but for the price of what they were, Amazon Prime Day as well, it's worth getting. They'll come in handy for other things in the house to go with that. Masks, health and safety and all that. This is heavy, so this will be, what's this one? Roller sets. Obviously, once we put in the sound deadening and we put in the insulation, we're going to want to foil everything together. Once everything's foiled together, it needs to be airtight, obviously, so various different rollers, perfectly to do this in all corners to make sure everything is flush. This is them. Spring clamps, just an extra pair of hands. Goodbye tape. Spring clamps, an extra pair of hands. Obviously I'm doing this primarily alone, so as Miff is in fact at work and I have a few days off. Steering wheel cover for some reason, why not? And the heavy bit, sound deadening. Aha. Self-adhesive, easy to cut, obviously, in between gaps, straight into there. And I understand, well, to my understanding, you don't do it on every single area. It's in bits and bobs, just to cover 40 or 50% of each panel, something along those lines. So yeah. And finally, which you probably can't see, is roof bars for the tent box to go on the roof. There's a lot to do. The floor is where I shall begin. So as you can see, the van is actually in good condition. It's only 2-year-old, one owner or something from new. It has been really well looked after. So the idea now is having the ply stripped from the floor, to take the side wheel arch boxes out, see what that looks like, because I've not seen that yet, but going from the rest of it should be fine. Big clean down of everything, and any little screw holes. Obviously they've recently screwed the ply into the metal. I'm just going to paint that over with the paint which we showed earlier in the unboxing. If you haven't seen that video, watch the unboxing video. And yeah, we'll go from there, let everything dry, and then start the sound deadening everywhere. Some white spirit, some general purpose Saflora cleaner, blue cloth. Right, so this is it before the mess. Primarily just these small holes here really, which is the main thing. nothing mad. I mean, there is a few further light scratching about. I probably won't even bother doing that. It's not going to affect the van in any way, shape or form. It's going to be cleared, completely cleared when we put the LVT down or whatever we choose. But obviously I want to make sure that I treat any kind of rusting completely. Sound deadening. So this is the idea. Thin bits like that in between each valley going along there, along the top. Where that box is at the moment, a full square will be along there. And from what I've read and what I've seen, a lot of people mention the wheel arch is probably one of the most noisiest parts as well. So I want to cover about 50 to 60% of these, especially around the curves of the wheel arch. Obviously I'm not going to cover any plastic or any tie down D-rings or anything like that. And then once the floor's done, I'll use the roller and we'll roll it all in properly, and then we'll start on the walls. Alright, so there we have it, including cut fingers. This stuff's very sharp. Gloves would have been the best way, but never mind. So each tile is the side of their middle ones. I'll basically just cut them in half, place them inside each valley as mentioned before, and make sure that it is pressed down as much as possible. Which is making a difference straight away. You can tell it being stuck down properly. So yeah, as far as I'm aware, I do believe that is pretty much everything sound deadened.